A sample size is a subset of a population chosen using a specific sampling procedures. The size of the sample is denoted by lowercase letter n. Example, imagine you want to study the average age of people in a town. You can't survey everyone, so you take a sample of 100 people. So the sample size is the 100 people you selected from the population. The way you selected those 100 people randomly from a list of residents.
Criteria in determining sample size. First, population size. This is because a larger sample is needed to represent the diversity of a larger population. In very small population, it might be possible to study a significant portion of the population. Second, desired level of precision. If you need a very precise estimate, you'll need a larger sample. But if you're okay with a less precise estimate, you can use a smaller sample. Third, confidence level. It indicates how sure you are that your sample results accurately reflect the population. Example, a 95% confidence level means you're 95% confident that your results are accurate. A lower confidence level means you are less sure about the accuracy of the result. Fourth, variability of the population. If the population is very variable, you'll need a larger sample to capture that variability. But if the data is very similar within the population, you can use a smaller sample.
Strategies in determining sample size. Using a census for small population. When dealing with small population, typically 200 individuals or fewer, researchers may opt to conduct a census, which involves collecting data from every individual in the population. This approach eliminates sampling error and provides complete data on all members. Using a sample size of a similar study. Researchers can refer to previous studies in their field to determine appropriate sample size. This method involves reviewing the literature to find studies and the similar in design and purpose. Using published tables for fixed and predetermined criteria. Many researchers utilize published tables and provide sample size based on predetermined criteria such as confidence levels, desired precisions, and variability within the population.
Sampling procedure. Probability sampling is a sampling method in which every element in the population has a known and zero probability of being selected for the sample. This allows for the calculation of sampling error and inference about the population. Simple random sampling. Every individual in the population has an equal chance of being selected. This can be achieved through methods like random numbers of generators and drawing lots. For example, if the population consists 1,000 individuals, each person has 1 of 1,000 chance of being chosen. Stratified sampling. The population is divided into subgroups, strata based on specific characteristics. Example, age, gender, and random samples are drawn from each stratum. For example, in a study on consumer behavior, researchers might stratify the population by income levels and then randomly sample from each income group to ensure representation. Thematic sampling. This method involves every individual from a list after a random starting point is determined you have a list of 100 names and want a sample of 50, you might select every 10th name after random choosing a starting choose. Cluster sampling is a probability sampling method which you divide a population into clusters such as districts or schools, then randomly select those clusters as your sample. For example, if a researcher works to study students in a large city, they might randomly select several schools and survey all students within the schools.
Non-probability sampling is a sampling method where the selection of participants is not based on random chance. Instead, researchers use specific criteria or methods to choose their example, which means not all members of the population have an equal chance of being included. Type of non-probability sampling. Convenience sampling. Researchers select participants based on their accessibility and ease of recruitment. Purposive sampling. Researchers handpick participants who they believe are most knowledgeable or relevant to the research topic. Quota sampling. The population is divided into subgroups and researchers set quotas for each subgroup to ensure representation. Snowball sampling. Researchers start with a few individuals and ask them to refer other potential participants who fit the study criteria.
Let's proceed to problem solving. What is the required sample size for the researchers studying the study of the customer satisfaction in their pastry breads among 820 regular customers with a margin error of 4%? Let's start with identifying given. Sample size n is equals to 820, margin of error per percent or 0.04. Second is substitute and solve. Sample size n divided by 1 plus sample size n multiplied by margin of error. So n is equals to 820 divided by 1 plus multiplied by 820 multiplied by 0.04 squared. So the answer will be 354.67. But always remember that the answer should be a whole number. So the final answer is the required sample size is 355 customers. Since we're done to the problem known, let's proceed to the problem unknown. A marketing firm wants to assess the customer satisfaction with a new mobile phone app. They have no prior data on customer satisfaction levels for this app. They want to estimate the proportion of satisfied customers with. The confidence level is 99%, Z is equals to 2.58, margin of error 3% or 0.03, and the maximum variability p-hat 0.5. How large a sample size do they need? First, let's try to identify the given. Z is equals to 2.58, margin of error is equals to 0.03, p-hat is equals to 0.5, n is equals to c squared multiplied by p-hat multiplied by 1 minus p-hat. So let's distribute. N is equals to 2.58 squared multiplied by 0.5 multiplied by 1 minus 0.5 and divided by 0.03 squared. So the final answer will be 1,849. But there is a little problem in the PowerPoint, so let's correct it. The required sample size is 1,849 satisfied customers. On the behalf of Group of Joseph, we would like to thank you for listening for the whole year of this grade. Again, I am Joanna Ramos, the representative of Group of Joseph. Thank you very much.